Another Harvest Moon was released in 2010. This is directed by Greg Swartz, written by Jeremy T. Black. We have a cast including Ernest Borgnine, Piper Laurie, and Meara, Doris Roberts, and various others. It's because of Doris Roberts that I became aware of this, but I probably would have watched it eventually anyway had I had a reason to become aware of it. Having now watched it, I can confirm that it's a little too depressing. I don't think they got the balance right with this one. I think it's telling a really important story, but it's so miserable that it's just really challenging to watch. With this kind of story, and I'll talk about the narrative in a moment, of course, with this kind of story, you need lighter moments so that the audience doesn't want to just walk away and walk off a very short plank, because it's just so difficult. It's about individuals who live in a home together and in this nursing home, and it's initially about their relationships with each other and what their daily life is like, and then we start to learn about Frank and various health problems that he's having, and then another character has health problems, and things get very emotional, and it's unclear what the future is going to hold for some of the characters, and indeed how much of a future they have left. And I don't want to go into too much more detail than that, but I think it's addressing some really, really important topics. I think as a story, I applaud them for tackling this. It's not the easiest story to address, and I always find stories like this to be really emotional. So it was never going to be the easiest watch. I wasn't expecting a light, fluffy narrative, but we needed moments where things were just a little bit lighter, not necessarily funny. We don't need comedic relief necessarily. I just feel like we needed more moments where things slowed down a little bit and things were lifted just ever so slightly. But for the most part, I just found that from start to finish, pretty much, it was so heavy that it was just miserable. And I really didn't enjoy it. And it's a shame, because usually I love these kinds of films. I feel like they're meaningful and moving and definitely always making me cry. This one, because it was just so miserable, I kind of didn't get too emotional, which sounds a bit strange, but it's because I wasn't enjoying the experience. I wasn't emotionally connecting with the story, and therefore wasn't really emotionally connecting with the characters as much. That's not to say I felt nothing. I am human. But at the same time, I feel like they just didn't get the balance with the tone right. So credit to them for addressing a really important topic, or various really important topics. I think the characters are very well written. I don't think the narrative was handled as well as it could have been. Do I recommend it? If there's a reason why you want to watch it, either the narrative really appeals to you or you're a fan of somebody in the cast, then I'd say maybe check it out. But otherwise, I'd say it's probably not worth watching, because it's just not got the balance right. I don't think they got the balance right with the mood of the film at all. So I didn't love it. It didn't really work very well. There were some okay moments. The characters are okay, but the performances are good as well. But other than that, it wasn't an enjoyable experience. It wasn't really an emotional experience. As I said, I felt very little because I was just kind of annoyed by how depressing it was. And obviously this kind of topic is going to be upsetting, but it's supposed to be upsetting in a way that is meaningful for us as viewers as we connect with the characters. And it didn't work. So not a fan. It didn't work very well. Obviously, I have a lot of praise for them addressing this kind of story. That's always something that I think is worth doing. But at the same time, I don't think it was very well handled. Some okay moments, but generally, it's not a brilliant film.